Well, it's time now for Focus 50 Plus with Dr. George Schofield. And this week we take a look at building action plans. So what are the realities first? Because this is something you built on last week.
Absolutely. So last week we said there are 43 million people over 50, over 65. And 35 years from now, if you're 50, when you're 85, there are going to be 108 million people over 50 and over 65. So that means that the systems could be swamped and you're going to have to be much more independent and prepared to take care of yourself than we might have thought otherwise.
So I'm sure it's all about the plans, and so probably financial planning would
Absolutely.
be one way to start.
Absolutely. So if we're going to talk about financial plan, until now, financial plan meant savings. That's not going to be true in the future. You're going to have a financial plan that includes additional income streams also for two important reasons. One of which is you're simply going to need more money because you're going to live longer. And the second of which is you're going to have the stimulation of being really engaged. And so the financial plan is going to be important for you for both savings and for the whole notion of extended employment, even if it's part-time. Remember, an action plan is not an action plan if you put it in a drawer and forget it. It has to have some regular, if it's here 30 days probably, reality check.
All right, so if you're thinking about building upon that money, you probably need some skills and some marketing of yourself, a plan for that as well.
Absolutely. So here's the deal for skills. For skills, you need to start using technology. Go out onto the Monster board, go out and see what work is out there. Maybe it'll look like a job, maybe it won't. But you're going to have to build an action plan for yourself. When we graduated from college, we thought that was it. We had the skills, we could go out and get a job, and we'd work the rest of our lives. No longer true. Skills are not permanent. They're evolving as fast as everything else. So you're going to have to build an action plan and make it a regular part of how you live to acquire the new skills you need.
All right, so is there another component would be something like a relationship and networking?
Absolutely, absolutely. So with the advent of technology, we can belong to different groups around the nation and locally. That's important because you don't know where the work's going to come from, and if you're not using the technologies, you're stuck with what's local in what may very well be a national job market for you, where you can work from home. So you need to build an action plan around this, and remember, if it's not an action plan, it's not an action plan if you haven't looked at it for a while.
That's right. Don't put it in a drawer.
Don't put it in a drawer. Exactly right.
All right. Wonderful tips once again. Would you want to give a quick preview of next week? Because this is really interesting. I looked ahead and you said how those over 50 are more like their grandkids, maybe with technology, than we ever thought. We're
going to talk about how like our grandchildren we are, because we're going to make a shift. We want to understand the fact that we're exploring and they're exploring too.